Today we're gonna make a telephone bench. It's brought to us by Keeps. Check it. Today we are making a ridiculous project from a 1950s popular science magazine. I've got this book, which is a collection of those woodworking projects from decades ago. This is a phone bench. There was a time when the phone was connected to your wall and you needed a phone bench. I got some wood from a local farmer and it wasn't kiln dried, so there is some twist that we'll have to work around. As you can see, there's a big old check in there. So we have some challenges ahead of us. I went ahead and Xeroxed the drawings for this. All we have is this one image. There's a few gaps that we have to fill in ourselves, but I think we can do it. A couple concerns about the wood movement for the middle shelves. We'll figure that out when we get there. The article does not talk about joinery at all, so we get to do whatever we want. After last week's disaster, we went and replaced all those tools, and we are ready to get back to work and have a good day. Legs are 1.5 inches square, so I'm gluing up some 3/4 inch stock to do so. I need 6 legs, 4 long ones and 2 short ones. So while the legs are drying, I'm over here at the table saw and we're going to cut the 3 aprons for the large section of this table. So I have my fence set to 8 inches. I got a couple cracks to work around. This isn't the most beautiful piece of walnut, but all walnut is beautiful. Now that these legs are dry, we're gonna take them over to the joiner and clean up that edge. We've got the 6 legs cut and the 4 aprons for the large section here. I noticed, unlike the shaker furniture that we made recently, I noticed that the taper is on the outside. And the last time we cut this, we did this at the table saw, but this time we're gonna do it at the bandsaw because in woodworking, there are multiple ways to do nearly everything. Turn 90 degrees, mark 7 inches up, make a line, come in, mark a 1/2 inch in, connect the dots. If you have a joiner, you can use a flat surface with sandpaper to get that nice and flat. I'm kind of rough assembling everything, trying to come up with a game plan. There are 2 shelves. You got a middle one and a bottom one. I want to make those out of plywood because I don't want it expanding and contracting and blowing out the sides. The plans call for 1/2 inch material. I don't have any 1/2 inch material, but I do have some 1/4 inch walnut plywood, which is probably worth its weight in gold right now. This is coming together really nice. This is looking good. We have the 2 plywood shelves cut, and then I also had to notch out the corners on the bandsaw so they will wrap around the legs. I'm super excited I get to use my Festool domino today. Usually I would use pocket hole screws for the cheapest, most accessible way for my viewers, but since many of you aren't gonna make this project, I am going to do a loose mortise and tenon with the domino joiner. This thing is amazing. It's going to make this project go together so quick and easy. So now we throw a little bit of glue in there. We had some Festool biscuits. So I'm not even gluing the shelves in there. I got such a tight fit. It doesn't even need glue, so I don't have to worry about squeeze out. Check that out. So far, looking good. Careful. Got everything marked, front, front, front. There's a setting on the domino joiner where you can create the mortise wider than the tenon to allow adjustments on the fly. Everything fit together absolutely perfect. I love the Festool domino for this kind of stuff. It makes life so much easier. So while this assembly is drying, we're going to move over to the front part, which is the seat. We're gonna call that the seat part. So let's move on to that. It doesn't even wobble. How's that possible? All my stuff wobbles. Ugh, it's looking good. All set. Now, again, glue and dominoes. We have the seat part assembled, so this will get attached to the table. And one thing I didn't think about doing was the domino on the front end to attach this. So I think I am going to use dowels. I think that will be easier than trying to line up a domino freehand. But again, this is looking real good. Next thing I want to do is cover up the plywood edges here with some solid walnut. Because these are a 1/2 inch tall and I have 3/8 inch plywood in there, this is going to make it look like the drawing, because the drawing called for a 1/2 inch, but we didn't have it. But now we can fake it. I have glued the bench to the table, but you would not want to sit on that. So from behind, I am going to drill it and then pound in some dowels, and then I'm going to plug that with some walnut plugs. In just a moment, I will explain the trick to attaching the top as well as the bench to allow for seasonal wood movement, and also how I'm going to use this ridiculous project in my home. The irony of this one is not lost on me. Today's video is brought to us by Keeps. Unfortunately, I can't use Keeps because I lost my hair 25 years ago. But thank goodness you have a choice. Keeps is a subscription service that helps men keep their hair. Keeps has you covered. 2 out of 3 guys will experience hair loss by the time they're 35, or in some cases, 20. Keeps treatments are doctor recommended and delivered straight to your door at about half the cost of a traditional pharmacy. Absolutely no need for a doctor's visit. Keeps offers an online consult. Keeps offers clinically proven, research-backed treatments to stop hair loss and improve hair growth. Hair loss stops with Keeps. To get 50% off your first order, visit keeps.com/makesomething or click the link in the description. That's keeps.com/makesomething. Thank you, Keeps, for sponsoring today's video. Let's finish this guy up. I did have to glue up some boards for the bench and the top, and I decided to add a chamfer on there. Chamfers are for closers. Chamfers are always better than roundovers. I attached the top using desktop fasteners. I think I explained it very well in this previous project. I'm gonna use 2 on this side and 2 on this side, and I want them flush with the surface, so I'm gonna use a Forstner bit to create that mortise. Once I drill out that mortise, I can screw them into place. As you can see, they can move back and forth to allow for that wood movement. Flip it upside down, align it with the top, and screw it down. The bench went on nice and easy. I did have to use a stubby screwdriver for the top. I use Odie's oil for the finish. It's not the most protective finish, but it's really easy to apply and looks great on walnut. Even though this is meant to be sat on, this works great as a 2-tiered end table. If you missed out on last week's shop disaster, I will have that video here. If you like this video, you would definitely like this shaker table build. That video is here. As always, be safe, have fun, stay passionate, and make something.